Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm here playing, or I'm not playing, Vivian's playing a game, and I'm doing a story time. This is part 19 of the story time of my marriage and divorce and all the events. So we're into the summer of 2023. Yeah, 2023. We are going to... Okay, so yeah, it was summer of 2023. We took this trip to Disney World with Vincent and Vivian and their family. And when I got back, my ex-husband informed me that he had been fired from his job. And I was like, oh, that's inconvenient for you. Let me know when you get a new one, I guess. So then I ended up going full-time at the end of that summer at my job. I was offered a full-time position, which was great because like all the money that I had gotten from selling my house was kind of starting to run out. Like that's what I was using basically to survive, with supplementing because I was only working part-time and I was getting child support, but bills are bills. And so I was going full-time. Child support was stopping because my ex-husband had gotten fired, and so life just kind of went on. Things were going, but shortly after losing his job, my ex-husband lost his place. He got evicted because he didn't have anywhere to live, he didn't have a job, and his girlfriend was messaging me a lot. Like she was kind of freaking out. She's like, what do I do? And so probably late winter, early spring of that year, I get a letter in the mail that my ex-husband hasn't paid child support in a very long time, and so they're taking him to court, and he's facing jail time for being behind on child support. So I'm like, okay. At that point, he was coming to my house sporadically, maybe like once a month or so to see the kids, and that was all his visitation was. And so I was like, okay, my job, like my company was hiring for janitors. So I was like, hey, my company's hiring janitors. I can get you an application of, direct you on how to fill out an application because it's online. And at first he tried to be, he's too good to be a janitor. And I'm like, you are actually not as good as our janitors. Thank you. Anyway. So I was like, that's fine. You've got a court date coming up. You can just go to jail instead. And he's like, oh, jail, never mind. And I think he had wanted me to just write off all of this back child support. That's what he wanted me to do, so he could not get a job. I was not going to do that because his girlfriend was frantic. She wanted him to have a job so that they could get a place to live and they didn't have to live with some guy, which is where they were living. And actually are still living to this day, by the way. And so, I was like, nope, I'm not writing off your child support. You can get a job. So I got him a job at my work, and literally he was starting on a Monday. That Friday before that, he had his court hearing for the non-payment of child support. I was allowed to come to the court hearing if I wanted, but I was not required to. I didn't want to take the day off work for this, or even a few hours off work. So I agreed to just call in to the hearing. Like I could call in instead. And my boss was like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I told the court lady, I was like, hey, I'm at work. If I mute, it's because I'm answering my phone. Like I still have to do my job. So I call into this court hearing. It's, basically him and this girl doing mediation. And I let her know, hey, I got him this job. He starts on Monday. Like this is what his hour is going to be. This is what his pay is going to be. He should be able to start paying child support. This is how often we're paid. This is the pay, the pay period. This is, whatever. Because we have a weird pay period. We're paid twice a month on specific dates. We're not paid every other week. We're not paid. It's twice a month on these two specific dates. And that's how it works with my company. And so I let her know, and she's like, okay, we'll hold off since you got him the job and you are vouching that he will be working and you're not advocating for him to go to jail. We'll give him time to catch up. I'm like, okay, great. So they do that. He gets this job. He's good to go. And so, you know, he's still, to this day, he works there. Like, he's kept this job this whole time because he has that fear of, you know, going to jail. Him and his girlfriend are still living with this guy. They're actively looking for a place, but they're not having the easiest time with it. But the thing that really surprises me the most is the fact that he will go months without seeing or speaking to the kids. Like, one time, he went like 4 months. Not a word, not a visit, nothing. And the only time he comes is if I'm like, hey, something's broken in my house. Will you come fix it? That's the only way I can get him to come see the kids. Like, we go on vacations. Like, we went on this big, long spring break trip where we drove all the way down to Myrtle Beach. We stayed at, like, different states along the way. Like, we did all this stuff. I broke my foot. Like, all this stuff happened. And I had him come over, like, a few days after we got back. And he's not even, like, asking the kids how the trip was, not asking them about it. Like, they got to see all, like, it was crazy. Like, we've gone on so many trips. We've gone on 1, 2, I think, like, 6 vacations since, like, my divorce and, like, since all this visitation started. He never asks them about any of it. And, like, I have to, he doesn't get them presents for their birthdays or Christmas. I have to push him to spend any kind of time with the kids, and I cannot. My son even told me the other day, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to force my dad to come here. Like, we're good. We're okay if we don't see him. And that upsets me too. Like, I get it. They're used to him not really being present in their life, but, like, I should not have to force him to spend time with his children. So I don't anymore. Like, I kind of, whatever, I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I asked the kids if they wanted to do something for him for Father's Day. Originally, they said no, and then they changed their minds and asked if we could take him and his girlfriend to lunch, so we did. And, you know, it was a lovely time. You know, we took them to lunch. We went and got ice cream afterwards, you know. But, and, like, for his birthday, that's coming up, I asked them, you know, if they want to. Originally, we were going to go to an apple orchard because that's what we used to do when we were still married. But then the kids were like, actually, no, let's not do that. So we might have him come over for, like, cake or something. I don't know. I still have to get a hold of him and, like, figure it out fully with the kids. But I don't know. It's just, it's crazy to me that he really does not make any effort. And it honestly makes me mad. Like, it makes me furious. Out of all the things that happened in my marriage, in my divorce, all of it, the thing that makes me the angriest is the fact that he does not make an effort to be present in these children's lives. Because how could you not want to be in their lives? They're awesome. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. And it pisses me off. But that's where we're at now. We've been divorced. I think we just passed 3 years divorced. In October, it'll be 4 years since we officially, like, separated. He's still got the same girlfriend. He's got the job that I got him. I have not dated, and I'm not going to date, regardless of all the people. He told the kids I was dating my tattoo artist. That man is married, and he adores his wife. What is wrong? Why would I be dating him? But, you know, even though he claims that I date everybody under the sun, I've not dated a soul. And the kids and I are in the process now of trying to buy a house, another house finally, so we can get out of this falling apart thing we're in now. And I've still got my job. I love my job. Like, genuinely, the best thing that ever happened out of all this was me getting this job. I love, love, love my job. And so that's it. That's life. That's, I guess, the end of my story time now. If you have any questions or any stories you want me to elaborate more on or anything like that, let me know, and I can always make another video or, you know, do a follow-up. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along on this interesting journey of my marriage and divorce, and that's it. So subscribe, follow my TikTok. Is that what you do on TikTok? Follow? Yeah, follow TikTok. And I have an Instagram, but I don't think I've posted on it since, like, pretty sure since our trip to California in 2022. I think that might be the last post. And I have a Twitter, but I never tweet. So, yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you, Viv, for the gameplay. Bye-bye.